Morning students, Sairam. This is Megha Miss here, and today we will continue with our lesson number 8, Metallurgy. This is our session 7 students. Now in the last presentation, if you remember, we were discussing about the corrosion, right? I have shown you many pictures also. We have seen what is corrosion, right? The definition. And now we will continue as I told you in the last presentation. Now this presentation will continue with the preventive measures. Okay, so we'll start. Corrosion of metals. Rusting of iron articles causes large financial loss. Yes, iron is very important. Many of the things which we use in our routine, we can say they are made up of in all the what you can say in the all sections, we can say, are made up of iron. Okay, maybe industries and all. Okay, so thus corrosion of iron, that is rusting, is a big problem. Iron reacts with moisture and a deposit of a reddish substance, Fe2O3.H2O, is formed on it. Means it is a rust. Okay, Fe2O3 is your iron oxide. This substance is called as the rust. Carbon dioxide in moisture reacts with the surface of the copper vessel. Copper loses its luster due to the formation of a greenish layer of what? Copper carbonate, CuCO3, okay, on its surface. This is called patination of copper. Okay, so here we are seeing the examples. Iron gets rusted, copper is getting rusted, okay, and different compounds are formed on its surface. Third point, on exposure to air, silver articles turn blackish after some time. This is because of the layer of the silver sulfide, Ag2S, formed by the reaction of silver with hydrogen sulfide in the air. Okay, so because when the silver articles you are exposing it to air, they will turn to blackish. Why? Because of the formation, you will remember students, silver sulfide, Ag2S. Okay. Fourth point, by oxidation of aluminium, a thin layer of aluminium oxide forms on it. Okay, aluminium also get, when you are oxidizing it, okay, it comes in contact with the air, aluminium oxide is formed. Okay students, now you can see here in the picture, blackened silver vessel, you can see rusted shackles, you can see. I have showed you these chains and all pictures in the last presentation also. Okay, then the copper cladded Statue of Liberty, made 300 years ago, has turned green. Okay, it is also turning green, nothing but this the process of corrosion. Okay, so these are the effects of corrosion, all these diagrams or the pictures which you are seeing. Okay, now prevention of corrosion. Now how you can prevent it? Various methods are used to protect metals from corrosion. Special attention is paid in almost all the methods so that iron does not get rust. We can lower the rate of the process of rusting of iron. You can lower it, but you can't totally stop it. Okay, you can stop it when new techniques are used. Okay students, corrosion of metals can be stopped by keeping metals isolated from a direct contact with air. But how? You need to stop its direct contact with the air. So yes, now the technology has been advanced, and yes, many techniques are being used where you can fully try to stop the corrosion. Okay, so the prevention of corrosion can be achieved by various ways. Some of these methods are as follows. So we'll see the two methods what you can do. To fix a layer of some other substance on the metal surface, okay, so that the contact of the metal with moisture and oxygen in the air is prevented. So there is no direct contact of the metal with the moisture and air, okay, and no reaction would occur between them. Okay, to break down the chemical reaction, we will apply some another substance, a thin layer of that. Okay. Second point, to prevent corrosion of metals by applying a layer of paint. I can paint it, I can oil, I can use grease or varnish on their surface. Okay. For example, corrosion of iron can be prevented by all these methods. Okay students. Now, we cannot protect the articles permanently, as I told you, from rusting by painting them. By painting and all, we cannot permanently do it. Okay. The method of painting is suitable for short time. If there is a scratch on the paint on the surface of the article, and if a small surface of the metal comes in contact with the air, the process of rusting starts below the layer of the paint. Okay students, so painting and all, okay, it is for a short period of time you can help out for the prevention of rusting. But yes, as I told you, advanced technology, will see now the further things what we can do. Okay, so now Corrosion can be prevented by putting a layer of a non-corrodable metal on a corrodable metal. This is done in many ways. Okay, so we'll see the new techniques what we can do. Now in that, the first one is galvanizing. Now what is the students galvanizing? In this method, a thin layer of zinc, which metal students in galvanizing we are using? Zinc, is applied to prevent corrosion of iron or steel. For example, shining iron nails, pins, etc. Okay. In this method, corrosion, okay, of zinc occurs first because zinc is more electropositive than iron. Okay, so in this method what will happen? Corrosion of zinc will occur first. Okay, why? Because zinc is more electropositive iron than iron. Okay, after a few rainy seasons, the zinc layer goes away and the inner iron gets exposed. Yes, but after some days what will happen? Zinc layer will get washed away and inner iron gets exposed, and then iron starts rusting. Okay, so see here, same way we are trying to solve our problems by using new technologies, but yes, some or the other part of the iron, if it gets in contact with the air, yes, its rusting may start. Okay, students. Now see here, you have the galvanizing process, it is shown here. Okay, you have caustic cleaning, rinsing, pickling, rinsing, flux solution, drying, zinc bath is given, then cooling is done, and then inspection means the final product, whether it's have been done properly or not, it is inspected. Okay, you just remember this, you don't have it in detail. Okay, just remember the diagram. Okay, now second is the tinning. In this method, a layer of a molten tin is deposited on metal. First we saw in galvanizing, zinc is used. Now we are using tin. Okay, we call this as kalai. A greenish layer forms on the surface of the copper or brass vessels. You know this. If you have copper vessels at your home also, or brass vessel, anything, you can see a greenish layer forms after some months or days, we can say, because corrosion is not a sudden process. It takes a long time. Okay, so months it can take, long days it can take. This greenish layer is poisonous. Okay, student. If buttermilk or curry is placed in such a vessel, it gets spoiled. Tinning is done to prevent all such damages. So to prevent the vessel to get damaged, it should not get damaged. So we are doing the tinning of it. Okay. Now third one is anodization. Now what is the students anodization? In this method, metal like copper, aluminium are coated with a thin and a strong layer of their oxides by means of electrolysis. Okay, now the electrolysis process, as I told you, 9th standard you have studied about electrolysis of water, electrolysis method. Okay, please go through again in the 9th standard textbook and see. Okay, so same here, metals like copper, aluminium, they are coated with a thin and a strong layer, okay, of their oxides by means of electrolysis. For this, the copper or aluminium articles is used as anode. You have anode and cathode in electrolysis. Okay, as this oxide layer is strong and uniform all over the surface, it is useful for prevention of the corrosion of the metal. So because of the oxide layer, direct contact of the metal with the air is broken up, and hence the prevention of the metal, the prevention of corrosion of that metal takes place. Okay, students, I hope till here the three processes we studied. First was galvanizing, in that we are applying a thin layer of zinc. Tinning we saw, in which we are applying a thin layer of molten tin. And third, we have seen anodization, in which oxide layer is whatever the metal is there, that metal oxide layer is deposited on that metal. Okay, students. Now for example, when aluminium is anodized, okay, this you can see here the picture of anodization also. Now when aluminium is anodized, the thin layer of aluminium oxide is formed. It obstructs the contact of aluminium with oxygen and water. This prevents further oxidation. Okay, students. This protection can be further increased by making the oxide layer thicker during the anodization. So I can make that oxide layer thicker and thicker, and hence the contact between the metal and the moisture and air is broken up. Okay students, so you can see you need the electric supply. So you see the anode is there and you need a power supply. Okay, this is a basic diagram, but the electrolysis you can easily understand from your 9th standard textbook, so please go through that also. You have a cathode here. Now the cathode, you can see here, this part is your, here is going to be your cathode. This, okay, this lining whatever you have taken, the, see here it is attached, this is our cathode, and this anode is attached here. Okay, so this is the basic, you can see where you can the anodization of aluminium is taking place, but better understanding is with the electrolysis which you have studied in 9th standard. Okay students, same process it is here. Okay, now electroplating. Now the fourth one we are going to see students, that is electroplating. Now what is this students? Electroplating, in this method a less reactive metal is coated on a more reactive metal by electrolysis. Okay, again similar only. Okay, silver plated spoons, gold plated ornaments are the examples of electroplating. So you can see cathode aluminium spoon I have taken, while anode silver plate I have taken. Okay students, so aluminium spoon, you can see Ag plus, that is silver, Ag is your silver, right? So see, it is shown on the spoon, means it is getting deposited on the spoon. Okay, from here see the Ag plus ions are given out, and here you can see they are going and depositing on that aluminium spoon. Okay, so silver plated spoons you can get. Okay student, so that part is your electroplating. In this method, a less reactive metal is coated on a more reactive metal by electrolysis. Remember, you need electric connection, cell and all, you can see in the diagram it is given. Okay, now fifth one is alloying. Majority of the metallic substances used presently are in the form of alloys. So this was the best solution. You have studied alloys many times. So majority of the metallic substances which are used presently, we are not using them in pure form, we are using it in the form of alloys. The main intention behind this is to decrease the intensity of corrosion of metals. The homogeneous mixture formed by mixing a metal with other metals or non-metals in certain proportion is called an alloy. Okay students, so if I am having a homogeneous, means means a proper mixture. Okay, the proportion of the all the metals, non-metals, whatever I am adding in that, it should be correct. Okay, so the homogeneous mixture formed by mixing a metal with other metals or maybe a non-metal in certain proportion, the proportion should be very, very proper, accurate. Okay, is called the alloy. Okay, for example, bronze statues do not get affected by sun and rain. Okay, if we have bronze statues, they are not getting affected by sun and rain. Stainless steel does not get stains with air or water and does not rust. Okay, if you have stainless steel, we are using the alloy, it does not get stains with air or water and it does not rust. Okay students, it is an alloy made from 74% iron, 18% chromium and 8% carbon. Okay, in recent times, various types of alloys are used for minting coins. Minting means for giving them a thin layer of the other, what you can say, for making it, giving it a coat, we can say. Okay, so again we'll repeat, bronze statues do not get affected by the sun and rain, so we can use bronze as an alloy, so you can use it. Okay, stainless steel you can get it as it does not get stains with air or water and also does not rust. It is an alloy made from 74% iron, 18% chromium and 8% carbon. Okay student, in recent times various types of alloys are used for minting the coins. So you can see in the picture coins made from various alloys, so we can use different alloys for making the coins. Okay students, I hope this part is also clear to you. Okay, now we have come to the end of the today's part. So today we studied about concept of corrosion, you saw again. Yes, especially we have focused on iron because corrosion of iron can lead to a great financial loss. Yes, Then we studied about the different methods for the prevention of corrosion. Yes students, we have seen the different methods which we can use for the prevention of the corrosion, right? You have galvanizing, tinning, anodizing. Yes, many things are there which you can use for preventing this corrosion process, or at least you can reduce the rate of the corrosion. Okay, if totally you cannot stop, but you can always try to make the corrosion rate slow. Okay, so I hope all the things what we saw in today's presentation you have understood. This was the end of the lesson also students. We have completed with the lesson also, metallurgy. I hope you have went through all the presentation. This was the session 7. So whatever 7 parts we have studied of this chapter, please go through it properly. Okay, whatever the extraction of aluminium, I have told you before also, Beers and Hall's process important. Reactions, please write and practice. Okay, don't only thoroughly or orally learn those. Okay, learn the extraction processes properly in this chapter, important. And this processes you should know of the prevention, whatever we have seen the different methods of prevention of corrosion, those process also you remember, diagram specially. Okay, so I'll stop today for here. Study properly this lesson, revise everything. Okay, thank you. Saira, take care.